Hey guys, Mega Man NG here, and it's time now for another Gotham episode review. Now, before I say anything else, this is going to be a short review, because I have to prep things up, not to mention I've been quite busy for the last few days. Next week's the fall finale, so I hope you guys are looking forward to it. If you have not seen this week's episode, make sure you go to Fox now, so that way you can be able to see it. And there are spoilers ahead, so be forewarned, there are spoilers. Let's get started. This week's episode centered on Gordon and Bullock's efforts to finding out about a string of murders that are happening by a bunch of monks. However, they do learn about something called the Day of Reckoning. And the Day of Reckoning has to contend with the fact that Gotham would be purified and cleansed after they do an offering after killing 9 people. But at the same time, there's also a plot where Silver gets kidnapped by a bunch of thugs. And in order to save her life, Bruce complies with them. What happens there gets to be one of the most insane and most epic moments ever seen in an episode. So what do I think about it? I really enjoyed it. However, it was one part silly, but another part satisfying, as there are so many things I liked about the episode that I could just explain over and over. But like I said, this review has to be short. So I'm going to list some of my favorite moments right now. One of my favorites, and one I find to be without a doubt the most hilarious, is Bruce and Selina giving Silver her just desserts. Yes, it was just without a doubt the most devious and most cunning thing I've ever seen. The fact that Silver got owned was just too much. I literally was cheering when Bruce and Selina finally gave Silver what she deserved. And yeah, I figured that Silver would never be a woman of her word. She was manipulative. She manipulated Bruce all throughout the first half of the season. But seeing what she deserves is all the more satisfying. Also, there was a part about with Theo Gallivan with the trial, and it ended not so well. Not to mention, we finally learned the truth about Theo all along. Theo is part of the Order of Dumas, and the Order of Dumas relates to the Court of Owls storyline. For those who don't know, the Sacred Order of the Saint Dumas is a fictional group in the Batman comic books. They were part of the Knights Templar, and they were also the ones responsible for founding Gotham City. However, they had a falling out, and they were basically exiled, or rather extinct, by the Wayne family. And now the Dumas want revenge, and revenge is the most worthless of causes. We get to see Theo reveal his true colors, and man, he is a terrifying threat. Not to mention, he makes Gordon look pathetic. He threw Gordon around like a rag doll and beat him up. It was just too epic. But who am I to say? Theo Gallivan, or rather Theo Dumas, is a terrifying villain. And with next week's finale, it's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be crazy because the fate of Gotham is on the line, especially with the end of the episode where Bruce gets kidnapped. Yes, we already know he threatened to kill him, but we don't see him get kidnapped, and that kind of turned me off a little. Not to mention, there was another good thing I liked. The fight with Alfred and Tabitha. Tabitha is an assassin. Yes, we already know. But her fight against Alfred was something really enjoyable. But it goes to show that Alfred can defend himself against an assassin. I can't say the same for what happened in the end when he ended up standing and landing in the garbage. Or rather, in a garbage truck. I hope Alfred can get himself recovered because things are going to get troubling. Also, there was a little something on the humorous side with Nigma and Penguin. The conversations that Nigma and Penguin have, it was just hilarious. I just enjoyed it. I had a little chuckle left and right when Penguin was complaining about where's the mustard and the glasses. It was just a bit funny. It really was, but it just basically reminds me of the Odd Couple. And I liked the dynamic. It was pretty fun. Really is, and I hope that they can continue developing that as the season progresses. But if there was anything I didn't like, it was the monks themselves. The monks were just like dumb mooks at best. They were like mooks. They can't even fight worth jack squat. But hey, they were basically build up for what was yet to come at the end of the episode, and yet Galvin makes them look pathetic. And that's my only gripe about the episode, because I wish the monks would actually be more dangerous. If they were more dangerous, then they would have put a serious fight against Gordon and Bullock. But hey, you get what you got, and all they are more is just basically a waste of space. But what could we do, honestly? Because this episode was silly, it was satisfying, it did have some action, but it focused heavily more on the exposition, as well as some shocking revelations. If I'm to rate this episode, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It is a silly episode at best, but it's pretty good. It was pretty good. You have some action. You have some character development. You have some build-up of friendships with Gordon. What I mean to say is Nigma and Penguin, as well as showing off how dangerous Theo Gallivan is. He is very dangerous, and I know next week is going to be a heck of a blood fight. I really mean that. If it wasn't for the monks that were just lousy, I wish they were better mooks at that, then this episode would have been a lot better. But either way, I have been enjoying all of Season 2 so far, and next week is going to be the fall finale. After that, there will not be any new episode reviews until at least January. So yeah, next week's going to be the final review for Gotham for now, until January. But I still have to deal with The Flash and Arrow. And one last thing. If you guys are wondering why my reviews are so very simplistic, well, it's because of the fact that I had to deal with some content ID claims. And yes, I did mention this before, but unfortunately I got hit again. And I'm doing whatever I can to fight to get them released. For better or for worse, if anything does happen, all of my episode reviews are going to be on Daily Motion. I will provide a link in the description just in case, and I will get to work, hopefully, on moving my reviews there. They will only be for my episode reviews because I like doing these reviews. They're enjoyable, they're entertaining, and plus, I get to have fun with it. Fortunately, the ID claims only affected The Flash. And that's it. I apologize if I went off topic, but like I said, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. I loved it a lot. That's it for this week's episode review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have seen the episode, please be sure to tell me what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. That's right there, the thumbs up button. And I'll see you guys next week for when I do the fall finale. Peace.